Okay. Previously on Sword Coast Adventures, you guys um, got through the lab section and fought a creature who you later found out was basically a clone of Zeraphim with injected with the mana disease. Um, and afterwards, you kind of interrogated the researcher Harvey, and you helped Zeraphim come to terms with his origins as he discovered them. Later, you discovered that seems that his father was the demon lord Grotst, and that his decapitated head was being stored in the mansion. As you guys decided to destroy the mansion with the mana reactor self-destruct, Rokus took the head out to hide it. You guys tried to block some of its magic, but you were only able to create a kind of a weak ward around the box. Uh, and then you guys got back out of the forest. Finn is with you. The four ATC guards, Zeraphim, and the wizard Celes, who is a sun elf. They are all with you. So you have a pretty big group with you as you are heading back. And we'll start the session as you guys arrive in Thunderfield in this evening. Once you guys return to Thunderfield, you make your way to Icy's house, I guess? Is that the first place you want to go? Or do you want to find some other place to sit down and talk? And
Is there
do things.
is there any kind of a hotel or place to stay, tavern type place to stay?
That's
Not,
We have
not really.
okay, then we'll go there then.
There's no tavern?
What kind of a hellhole is this?
Really?
Okay,
What a
it's not.
dump.
So it's there's a place that is basically like a tavern, but it's just someone's house.
Brew beer. So we got beer at my place, at my parents' place.
Well, if you got beer, I guess we might as well just go there.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, just so you're thinking about this community, it's a lot more kind of traditional communal style of living. So that if you come to this town and want a place to stay, you just knock on people's doors basically until you find a place that someone's willing to put you up. And a lot of people would be like willing to just let you stay as long as you tell them some interesting stories and things like that. And
So it's a rural village.
yeah, if you come to the place that everyone in town knows as basically the tavern is just a guy's house who likes beer a lot. Basically, he's someone who Icy would have worked with in the past when she was brewing her beer. But basically, lots of people do that in town, and whoever's the most popular brewer is the person who everybody goes to their house, basically.
So we're gonna have to find like a place with a hallway and 3 beds to put Zeraphim on to sleep.
Yeah, Zeraphim's really big. He's most of the houses here are quite small. Isis is not. It's not. He'll be able to get in there and stuff, but he's gonna be cramped, obviously.
Well, was he sleeping in the car when they were traveling? Is the car big enough to accommodate him if everyone else is out of it?
So checking with them, you find that they have tents that they would stay in, so they're actually okay. And a lot of people in this village are staying in tents because a lot of the people who stay here are part of nomadic groups who just pass through.
Okay.
And Icy's family's house is like kind of like a yurt, which is kind of like similar to a tent, but it's a more permanent version that has been uh, built up, and it's up on kind of a stony mound, so it's up off the ground a bit.
One thing I would like to do is inspect the car for anything in the way of things that might be in it that the evil wizard can find, keep track of us or hear what we're saying or anything like that.
You're gonna
Okay.
sweep it for
So
bugs.
Harvick
Yeah,
is
sweep it for bugs.
okay. Harvick is concerned about that, but knows nothing about Magitech uh, cars, so he would have no way of knowing. But he can
Oh,
ask Celes to check.
I can ask Lisa to check, and I can also
He's a tech.
do detect magic on it.
That is true.
Well, you know there's magic because it's magically powered.
Yeah, but you might be able to find something else in there.
Okay.
Would give
Okay.
it a big, it'd have a bigger.
Sure. Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So last time I think you didn't have that spell prepared, but Icy did.
Right.
So Icy, do you wanna do detect magic on the car? Are you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sure, you do detect magic. You do the ritual version, takes 10 minutes, so you're able to cast it, and the whole car is emanating magic. You see like a very large signature coming off of the mana gem that's powering it. But you don't see any other like obvious hot spots that are popping up. You don't, and let's see. I'll do a roll for Celes. +3. So she got a 14 inspecting. She's not able to find anything.
Okay.
Okay. So we're relatively sure there isn't anything since she rolled okay.
Well, you guys don't know how she rolled, but it looks like she's being thorough.
Yeah.
And she
Because
knows
she's
she
a tech.
knows
She's
about
a tech.
yeah, she's a magic technician.
Yeah.
So she
Okay.
knows about Magitech. It seems like you guys would probably take her word for it, I would guess.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when do we expect an answer from our message we sent?
Okay, so we still haven't got to a place where you guys could sit down and have discussed what you want to say.
Oh.
So
Okay.
so I'm let's kind of bring it in here. We're kind of going off in lots of random directions as you
Right.
guys bring up things you're concerned about. So basically, this is how it happened. You guys arrived in town. As you came in, you guys were discussing where to stay. The ATC said that they had tents that they were using that are stored in the car, the auto carriage. Then, when talking about the tents, you guys brought up the idea that you guys might be being tracked or watched. So you guys decided to check out the car, and inspecting it, it seemed to be clean as far as you could tell. So all you guys are standing around the car. Finn says he'd like to go have a drink with you guys and talk about what to do next, and says he's interested in possibly coming along with your group, and Celes seems to be interested as well. You see the ATC members seem very concerned and worried, not sure what they want to do going forward. And Zeraphim is kind of just being quiet and kind of scowling, brooding and scowling. So you guys have just arrived basically at the town square type area. So Celes says they said you're from this village, ICU?
Yes. I grew up here, and
Do you know of a place we
my,
could talk?
we could go to my parents' place.
I'm fine with that. What do the others think?
Is it big enough to fit us all?
So the house itself isn't, but there's an area around the house that you guys could stay outside and talk.
Okay. You got a really big tent, or take your biggest tent and pitch it, so we can have our. You're gonna have to sleep somewhere anyway, so we can pitch the tent there and then have our confab.
How about the party guy's house? What's his name?
The villager.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't have his name ready at the moment, but Icy knows who he is.
How big is his house?
It's a bit bigger. Celes says, I think, well, we can celebrate, but I think before that we should have a more serious talk about what we should do before we start drinking.
Sounds good.
In my parents' backyard, and then they have the they make beer in the barn right next to the house. So we'll have our talk, and then we can have a drink, and that way Zeraphim will have some place to sleep.
Okay, cool. So yeah, your parents are farmers, so they have some other buildings, like something like a silo or a barn or something like that. So yeah, sure.
Yes.
There's an area where you guys can set up the ATC guys can camp out. Okay, cool. So you guys head over to Icy's place, and you the ATC guys set up their tents kind of in a circle nearby Icy's house, and there's logs and things for people to sit on. There's not many trees around. This is basically just a grassland area. But as you're setting up the tents, and just about when you're done, you hear the namesake of Thunderfield in the distance, rolling thunder. Sounds like to Icy and Ruckus, you're able to tell by the direction of the wind and stuff that the storm is coming in. It's gonna be raining pretty soon.
Okay, we got to get that big tent up, and
yeah. So your parents have a extra.
And stick it on good.
Yeah. Your parents have a extra big tent for meetings that doesn't have sides and stuff. But it'll keep the rain off you unless the wind gets too crazy.
It's an awning.
Yeah. So for the time being, you guys are in a good spot to have a chat.
Okay.
Well, I vote we send the message.
Okay, yeah. So you finally sit down, and Icy, Rokus, and Harbeck talk amongst themselves and come up with this message, which goes something like: First, Emerald Enclave agents deceased. Xanathia, ATC evidence secured.
Can I read the message? Can I read the message?
Yeah. There are some spelling mistakes and things in there, but go ahead.
The message is, in Thunderfield, now allies, Zeraphim as Celes. Surge destroyed zombie Mana laboratory. Found 2 deceased ER agents / the how do you say Grazia head? Gratz head. Hidden.
Okay, so you guys don't get a reply right away, but you can tell that the message has been sent.
You've got mail.
Unless somebody's got a better idea, I'd say we probably want to go back to Neverwinter and report back to them and see what they've been up to.
I think Zeraphim might want to get his hands on Xanathia.
What does Zeraphim think?
Rokus nudges Zeraphim. So you there, dude?
Yeah, he doesn't respond right away. and he says, I don't think it's safe for me to go to Neverwinter and stay there. The ATC will probably. We don't have any evidence that they know what's going on and what occurred at the mansion. But once they figure out, they're probably gonna come looking for me to find out what's going on. If we're not gonna attack right away, it's probably better if I'm not uh, in any big city like Neverwinter.
Any
Okay.
place with ATC
Yeah,
presence there?
that's another issue. Yes, but let's say I was hiding in Neverwinter, they would have they would probably ask Lord Neverember to turn me over to the ATC. Then that would cause conflict between them.
Yeah. You're going to be kind of hard
Well,
to hide.
Yeah, I
Also.
stand out.
now, right now,
And I'm not really
Waterdeep.
interested in hiding either. I think my best thought is that I basically I keep moving.
How does this? Wait. How does this sound? I have a sneaking suspicion after we've been to Neverwinter, we're going to want to go to Waterdeep. We can get find one of the reasons I want to go to Neverwinter is to get the names of the there's some moles, the ATC that what's her name, Fraxinus has,
Faxina.
Faxina.
Yeah.
So find out. We've got that, and we have a wizard that Icewe made friends with. So once we get that kind of information from, I think we'd want to continue on Waterdeep, sort of north of that anyway. So it's on our way to Waterdeep, because I think eventually that's where we're going to want to go. So Zeraphim could camp out for a couple days outside of Neverwinter while we go in to get that kind of information and maybe do a little shopping. And then we can continue on to Waterdeep from there.
Is Phandelver on our way back?
It depends how you decide to go back. But if you go by land, on foot, you would pass Phandelver.
What do you want to do in Phandelver?
I was just thinking of a place that where there's the cave that we left and the forge.
Yeah.
Whether or not, see if any of that is operational. See if there's any magic stuff that we could pick up on the way.
Okay.
So Zeraphim asks you, what is this place Phandelver?
It's a town that we had worked with, and there's a cave nearby that the ATC had interest in, and we had cleared it out of. There was lots of undead.
If the ATCs showed interest in it, maybe it's not a good place for me to lay low.
Well, I was thinking that we might clear it out again if the ATC may be trying to. It's a place that they were scouting out. We didn't want them taking it over and building another laboratory there. But we got plenty to do. We could just head up. You okay with camping out? I don't like going in the city anyway. Most of the times I camp out too.
I see. Yes, I have no problem with camping out. I have been gotten accustomed to fancier establishments in my downtime, but of course, in when we were at war, we were camping out all the time.
Now, I'm I'm a wood elf, so I'm at home in the woods. Where are you? What are your most what's your favored territories?
Uh, the battlefield, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Um, well, and don't forget, we've just discovered our origins. We're not exactly who we thought we were in the first place.
Well, that's true.
You're not only a wood elf, apparently,
No,
and I'm not only a sun elf.
right. And there's a third elf, a female,
Uh,
and
are you talking? Who are you talking about there?
well the the journal says that there were subject one and two. I was subject two, if I remember right. And there was subject one, which was a female that also escaped, but nobody knows where. Now, I met a female elf um, in um, in Neverwinter that was part of the Emerald Enclave that kind of fit the description, but I didn't check to see if there was anything else about her
Oh, really?
because
Xan-
I didn't know about this stuff either.
is Xanathia an elf?
Yeah,
No,
Xanathia is. Yeah, she is. She's a sun
she is
elf,
okay.
and she's basically Zeraphim's mom. So that now that you know
Yeah,
that, you can see that they have a bit of a resemblance to each other.
So she would predate this female that Rokus is talking about. Then,
the one I'm talking about was created in the lab,
Yeah.
right?
so
So
she's the
That be
same
she's
age as
Xanathia.
theirs.
70. Ruckus is 70 years old. Xanaphia's a few hundred, like 400.
Okay, okay, that's what I was trying to get at. All right.
Yeah, whoever is subject EO1 should be about 70-year-old um wood elf.
Young now.
Okay.
But yeah, you're not sure that well
Three of us.
they did describe her. She had the same description basically as Rokus as a baby. Just a female light-skinned elf with white hair, gray eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Fraxina, we met her. She didn't have gray, light hair or anything.
I'll
One of
show
them
you
we
a
met.
picture of what she looked like if you want, because I drew her
There
for
was
the
somebody
thing.
we met had white hair.
Yeah, there's one picture of someone with white hair. I can't remember.
Maybe she'd be better off not knowing.
Yeah. Okay. So she does have the white hair. Okay. Yeah. So we might want to talk to her about that. Okay. So what do we? So we're idea here is to go to Neverwinter just to get some information, talk to Fraxina and that sort of thing. And then, unless something weird happens, we just continue on, try to go to Waterdeep. Is that the consensus?
Let's see. Just to I guess to remind you, so Neverwinter's quite far north. South of that is Waterdeep, and then south
Okay.
of that is Baldur's Gate, and near to Baldur's Gate is where you guys had teleported to. Um, So you guys used a teleportation circle, and you saw, you arrived at a teleportation circle. So,
Okay.
um, you're not
You-
100% sure of what's going on at that outpost, but I think you'd be
We could go to.
you'd be relatively um I guess you'd be clued in that there's a possibility that there's a wizard at that outpost that can teleport you back to Neverwinter.
Okay, so we could do that and then teleport back there and then go to Waterdeep.
Yeah,
well, once
Waterdeep from Neverwinter is a lot closer than from where you are now.
Okay.
So yeah, you after a bit you get a response on your ascending stone. It says basically, um, return evidence of laboratory to Neverwinter. Keep out of contact with ATC agents. Yeah, return to Blizzard HQ.
Okay. It's close to what we were planning on doing anyway.
if we teleport up there, do you want to see if Zeraphim would you be willing to take the ATC guys if they're willing to if they're done with dealing with the ATC? Um, we want to keep them with us so that the word doesn't get out what's going on. Do you want to take the car and meet us up there?
The thing
Why doesn't
about
he? What I would suggest is take. He can go with us to where we Russian thing teleport thing is,
Yeah.
and then continue on. Use the car. We should be able to get there about the same time that uh, we would get there after we spent all our time, at the Blizzard headquarters and all that. Then he could meet us at meet us
Seraphim
outside.
says, I don't think we can take this car. I think we should destroy it.
Why don't we take
Okay.
the mana power thing out of it and keep that? We can use it for something else.
Mm, possibly. So Lise jumps in and says, the thing about the Magitech is it only works with ATC mana gems, and unless we're raiding their stores, we're not gonna have a lot of these to you know power the car. It's not gonna. It would be able to get to Neverwinter, but then uh I don't. It's Zeraphim driving the auto carriage past all these big cities on the way up.
Be too much
It's gonna be
too much
super obvious.
attention.
Yeah, like
Okay.
no one's gonna not notice this auto carriage.
So you would just want to drive it off to a remote area and pull the mana gem out of it.
Um,
Can
if I
Celes
if I
do,
if I if I I might be able to rig it up so that the mana gem can explode it by overpowering it.
if you and Celes know how to deal with that stuff?
Oh, that's Celise saying that. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she says that generally the mana gems are stable; they wouldn't explode. But if I take two of them and power them into each other, I can I should be able to overcharge it basically.
Is there somewhere that would be good to do that, where we could get some use out of that? guess not.
The thing is, so it we don't know if it doesn't seem that Harvey reported anything back, but we don't really know. He might have told someone what's going on.
Okay.
But if not,
No,
what they're just gonna find a big crater if they come inspecting what happened.
Yeah.
If we take the car off somewhere and destroy it, that'll make
You
it
can't just
a
take
bit more
you can't just
confusing.
take the mana gem out of it.
We could.
what if, all right, let me ask Zeraphim this. If you drove back water deep and hold them at, you got there too late, the thing, about the time you got there, the thing blew up, and you know, you're not sure what happened because as you got there, it blew up. And so now you've been looking for whoever blew it up, but you couldn't find them. So now you're coming back so that they don't know that they don't know that you know who you are.
Well,
And
I
then
I
you could
could
wait for
do I
us to
could do
show up
that.
to help.
I could do that, but I don't want to.
Okay. What do you want to do?
The thing is, if I went back to the ATC in Waterdeep, I want to destroy it.
You don't want to wait
I,
for help to destroy it.
I don't. I think you're right that I should wait for help, but I don't want to go in and pretend I'm buddy buddy with these people anymore.
Okay.
Like, I understand strategically that's a great idea, but I'm not willing to do that.
Okay, if while we go to Neverwinter, would you want to camp out with us and then go there as a team, or do you want to go off by yourself at this point?
I think I'll travel with you for the time being. We'll see how things go. But yeah, seems like you might be worthy allies. And from what you're saying about the Emerald Enclave, who, I don't know if you know this, but the ATC is not big fans of the Emerald Enclave. When I was on my way down here, we got interfered with by one of your agents who I killed.
Okay, if you're camping outside Neverwinter, would you mind if we brought Faxina in to meet you?
Sure. And who is she exactly?
Say that again?
Who is this Faxina exactly?
He's one of the head honchos of the Emerald Enclave.
Okay. Yeah, maybe that would be good if I work together with you guys for trying to
Okay.
disrupt the ATC and finally move in to take them down.
What do you think, Rokas and Icy?
That sounds like a decent way to go. And maybe we've got what, four ATC guys with us?
Yeah, so they're sitting around with you there.
Maybe we could drop them off in Phandalin on the way and find them employment.
Yeah, so these guys kind of introduce themselves. One of them is named Yosef, one is Barnes, another Kurt, and another Reggie. They're all male humans, and they're no longer wearing their full uniform. They just have their pants and undershirts because
Okay.
they threw
What are
down. they threw off their the rest of their uniforms up at the mansion.
Yeah.
Is Joseph the leader of that group?
Yosef was the highest ranking of those four.
I would ask them if they'd be interested maybe in providing security for the mine that we own part of. We could pay them out of the proceeds from the mine.
They look at each other and kind of one of them shrugs and one of them smiles, and they say, Yosef says, well, yeah, we're gonna want to stay out of the ATC's vision for a while. I was originally thinking of going east, but the ATC's in the east too, so a smaller town might be okay.
Yeah, Phandelver's actually a pretty nice place. It's got a couple taverns. We've got employment for you. We could drop by and introduce you to the people there. Give you a reference.
Doesn't sound too bad.
It's not out of the way to go. It's a different route, but it's not really out of the way.
Cool. So you guys talk for a while. Icy's parents come out at some point, and they say, Icy, glad
Yes.
to see you're back safe.
Companions did a good job.
Oh, okay. I'm glad they took care of you.
Yes, they did.
Well, while you were gone, Jago, the druid elder, he came by and said that you should check in with him before you leave town.
Okay.
We'll do that.
All right.
Or should we
Okay.
have? Do we want to go check in with him, or do we want him to come and meet us here? What would you guys like?
Well, I think so your parents say like he just wanted to see Icy basically over at his place.
Yes, you guys can do druid stuff.
Yeah.
Should I go
Okay.
there now, or wait till tomorrow, or what do you think?
Go check it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could go now.
Okay. Would you guys like my parents to set you up with a round of beer, and I'll go meet with the town elder?
Well, I might get Zeraphim and the what's the hunter's name?
Finn.
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 And we might go actually in Harbeck too, we might go practice our archery. I want Finn to show me how he does that double shot. Quick shooting.
All right. So Icy gonna head off
Okay.
to Jago's place,
Jake,
the druid elder. Is that right?
sounds good. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you will so yeah, Icy goes off down the road towards Jago's yurt where he lives. You can, when you get by the door, you can hear there are people having a conversation inside, but it's like muffled a bit.
Okay.
Do you want to knock on the door?
Yeah, I'm going to knock on the door.
Okay. So it is opened by another one of the druid elders who you recognize. It says, hello, Icy.
Elder.
Come in, we've been expecting you.
Okay, thank you very much.
And as you come in, you smell a strong, there's a incense burning, and it's very, like, the air is thick with smoke inside the hut. But it's a familiar smell from when you would meditate with the druids. and they're all sitting in a circle inside, and they beckon you to sit down in an empty spot in the circle.
Hello, I've missed seeing you all.
Yes,
It's good to be back.
it's been long since you've left and now returned. We wanted to discuss your calling,
Okay.
the sign under which you were born. Do you remember this prophecy?
Just had so much on my mind, and I've been fighting so much that my mind is a little scrambled.
So they
Good
remind
answer.
you. They remind you when you were born. You were born under a blessed star sign, the sign of Bahamut, the platinum dragon, which was why you were taken off to become a druid in the first place, because you're just a daughter of farmers originally, not of druids or something. And so when you were young, they 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 thought that you would become a important druid. They found you were able to shapeshift at a young age. You were able to do your wild shape without without much training. And so they had you tutored in the draconic language by your tutor, who's actually among the druids here in the yurt. Her name is Nala. And that the prophecy was that one day that you would work together with dragons to protect the lands. So they ask you to meditate with them and see if they can call upon a vision for you.
Okay.
Okay, so you sit down with them and you guys start to meditate, and some of them would describe what they were seeing. Some of them see visions of dragons, and one of them says they see a green dragon, and another one says that they can see a pile of a large hoard of treasure. Okay, and let's see if Icy is able to see anything. So roll. I think you're getting in tune with your druid stuff. We're gonna make it a nature check. So you have a +3 for nature. Go ahead and roll a d20 +3.
4 plus 3 is only 7.
Okay. So you see a very like blurry image. It's kind of hard to interpret. But you see a color of green and a color of silver. And they kind of bounce off of each other. And that's all you can see. If you want to try to interpret what you saw a little better, you could roll an insight check, which you have a +7 on.
I got 20 plus 7 is 27.
Okay, so the actual vision you saw was just blurry, green and
Okay.
silver, and something bouncing off of each other. But even though you didn't see it clearly with that high insight roll, you're able to figure out that green is a color of a type of dragon, and silver is also another kind of dragon. Is a silver dragon, and that green dragons are usually good. I'm sorry, green dragons are usually bad, and silver dragons are good. So you see them bouncing off each other. You think they're in some kind of conflict. But because the vision wasn't very clear, that's about all you can get.
tell the people in the circle that I could see a blurry green and silver, and it seems like they're bouncing off of each other. So I don't know if they're in conflict. But I think maybe with the silver and the fact that I'm born under the platinum, I think we might have the strength of the good on our side, on my side.
Okay, so they seem happy about this vision that you've seen.
Because
Yeah,
we had encountered a green vision. I have encountered a green vision on another quest, but it escaped.
Dragon, you mean, right? A green dragon.
Yeah, dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you tell them that. You tell them about the green dragon that you fought, and Jago, after a while, he says, "Yes, this is a good omen, a good sign. I bid you to seek out the silver dragon."
Okay. Do you have any idea where I could seek the silver dragon out?
Unfortunately, I have no vision of where this silver dragon might be.
Does it come and visit this area?
No, we don't have any dragons around this area.
Has anybody heard about the silver dragon from other travelers?
Okay, the druids talk amongst themselves and confer, but no one seems to have heard of any dragons recently.
You taught me how to speak Draconian. Do you have any ideas or?
Okay, so Nala is there and she says, Dragons tend to stay put once they've found a place to keep their hoard. Now even evil dragons and good dragons, both of them require a hoard of treasure to draw their magic power from. So if you can find some information on where treasure might have been taken off to or something like that, that might lead you to find a dragon.
Okay. Does anybody have any information about treasures or where they may be hidden?
So yeah, within this group of druids, it seems that they have no helpful information beyond what they've told you now. They haven't heard any stories here in the grasslands of treasure hoards or dragons. So they're not, the vision they are seeing, they feel must be from some distant place.
Have you had any travelers from distant places that have told you about?
Nope.
Nope. Mala, is there anywhere where I could maybe find some of that information out? Like, is there a library or someplace where there would be a history?
She asks you, where have you been staying this last years?
Well, we were in Phandelver and we've been in Neverwinter, and we've been
Neverwinter has a famous library.
Okay, so they might be able to find it in the information out in Neverwinter.
Possibly, but yes, we don't have any libraries here, as you know.
Well, thank you. That's at least someplace to start.
Okay, so the Jago ends the ceremony, and everyone stands up to leave, and yeah, Nala and Jago come over to you. The other elders leave to go back to their homes, and they say, we believe that you can fulfill the prophecy one day. You're a special person.
I'm glad you think so. Thank you
So
very much.
yes,
I appreciate your confidence in me.
yes. So they chat with you a little bit, but eventually you make your way back to your house. And
Okay.
so while she's been doing that, how about Ruckus and the others? What are you guys up to?
Okay. All right. First of all, I would like to ask Finn, does he know anything about griffins?
Um, yeah, he says he tells you stuff that it's basically what you had heard about, that they usually attack the nomadic tribes' horses and things, and that they have nests up in the mountains.
And now we saw one that was looked kind of malnourished and wasn't really part of the other group in there. Could that possibly be one that was originally domesticated?
Um, he says he hasn't heard of
I hear
any.
one.
That's the axe speak.
Yeah, he says he's never heard of anybody domesticating griffins.
He hasn't. I thought they did. Okay.
So, yeah, anything else you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, I
Mm,
wanted Ben to show me how it is that he can draw an arrow fast enough to shoot twice, like the way he did.
Okay. So he takes you to a place where you guys can shoot without making trouble, and you see he picks out uh 3 arrows in one hand, and he has one between the forefinger, his index finger and his thumb, and he keeps the other two hanging down between his other fingers. And he draws it back, and then as soon as he lets go, he's able to flip up the second one into place and do it. So it's a pretty quick trick, but you find it's not too difficult to get a grasp on. And yeah, since your character has leveled up now, you're able to attack twice, right? So yeah,
Cool.
we don't need to do any special thing for you to be able to do that, but that's part of your leveling up. And now we have explained how Rokus knows how to shoot better.
Okay. So I guess we're ready for the long rest now.
I'm not sure. Are you guys ready to rest? Anything else you want
But
to
I'm asking.
discuss, or any
Well, I
partying
have
you
to
want
let
to
them
do?
know what I think I have. I'll just tell them that I met with the Jago and the other elders and Mala, and that I may going to Neverwinter. I may need to go to Neverwinter to look at the library relocation of dragons and their treasures.
Yeah, we'll keep our eyes out for people that know about that.
Yeah, we can. Well,
So you
let's ask
saw,
Zeraphim and Celes.
and the ATC guys, have they heard any of this stuff? Any stories about dragons? Yep.
It doesn't. They mention they haven't heard any like recent stories that seem to be
You didn't.
useful. They say that they've heard of dragons back in the east. But
Um, you didn't hear about the famous green dragon of Thunder Tree that got sent packing by the mighty heroes?
nope, they don't know what you're talking about.
So I relate the story of how we did run into a green dragon,
Okay.
and because we caught him sleeping, we were able to inflict enough damage on him that he left. deceive Zeraphim, you're not the only badass around.
He laughs
The
at
green
that.
dragon was in Thunder, and the fact that the green dragon was in Thunder Tree means that there may be a hidden treasure.
Well, there's another dragon that he's probably gone off to try to get its treasure because we took his.
Yeah, you don't know about it, but you you can guess that you're so far from Neverwinter that a story like that wouldn't have made it this far. Um,
Well, we spread it
especially,
now.
yeah, you did know that you talked about it to some bards in Neverwinter, and
Yeah.
Droop was talking about it, so you expect that maybe in Neverwinter people know about this story, but not this far south.
Well, we'll make sure to spread the story when we're in Phandelver.
Cool.
Okay.
I think you met with Linnea. She had set up a monster hunting guild in Phandelver, so you probably would have told her about it. Oh, she was there. I forgot. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's in Phandelver. She helped you fight the dragon. So yeah, the people in Phandelver would know about it.
Yeah. And since a
Okay.
paladin was involved, everybody knows it has to be true.
But it might lend some truth to the story, but I wouldn't say it means it has to be true.
Only if I'm telling the story.
Right.
I won't embellish it like the elf would.
Yeah. I
But
did get
yeah,
to shoot him once.
Zeraphim talks about
Yeah.
the hordes of undead that he fought back when he was dealing with the Red Wizards.
Yeah, and we saw you dispatch our buddy in Neverwinter on the duel.
Oh,
Have to admit
he
that was
says, "Oh,
impressive.
you were there that day."
Yeah.
That was one of the more difficult duels. He actually got a couple hits on me.
Yeah. He was kind of a nice guy. We were sorry to see you kill him. But he initiated the duel, so it was a fair fight.
Yes, I'm a man of my word.
So are you a strong guy? You're big, but are you strong?
Are you challenging me?
Well, arm wrestled the fellow you dueled with.
Oh, were you able to win?
No, I think Harbeck did good though with him.
I can't remember who. Someone beat him. Yeah, I think it was. I thought it was the bouncer guy or something. Wasn't it the half orc bouncer?
Yeah, it might have been. Anyhow, we had fun doing it.
Well, excuse me for not being in a very cheerful mood at the moment, but maybe we
That's why
can.
we
Yeah.
wanted to entertain you a little bit.
I think we have time for a long rest.
You're
Had a
tired
busy
out.
day.
You're tired out, Harbeck.
Harbeck's always tired out. He's just a little wimpy dwarf.
I have a chance to rest. I rest, so I'm ready for action when it happens.
So yeah, Zeraphim stands up and heads over to his tent to sleep.
Very
And
good.
the
Sweet
others do
dreams
too.
there, big guy.
He kind of he looks like he was gonna ignore you, but then he turns back and says, Thanks.
Yeah.
And he goes off.
Okay.
So yeah, you're able to get in your long rest. As you're falling asleep, you hear the pitter patter of rain on your tent, and it gets a bit harder, but not too crazy. In the morning, let's just roll a d20, see if you did a good job setting up your tent. If you got any water on your butt.
Who's doing that?
Anybody, all of you can do it if you want, just for
Okay.
for fun.
So,
You could add dexterity, I guess.
dexterity.
That's your -1, so.
I shouldn't have to set up the tent anyway. Lords don't do that kind of crap.
Sorry.
There's nobody here who's gonna do it for you this time.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wipe your own butt.
3. I got a total of 10.
4 minus 1, 3.
I got 8.
All right, Harbeck's not really good at this, so he didn't really think about how to do the bottom of his tent. So you wake up all wet. But you find nothing. None of your items have been ruined or anything. So just uncomfortable. And as you guys wake up for breakfast, Harvick comes out with a soggy looking pretty soggy.
And Rokus is snickering because he knows what happened.
Okay, what's the scimitar I was sleeping with?
Oh yeah. So yeah, as you did your long rest, you took a couple hours to meditate with this weapon.
He didn't cut himself?
No. He's pretty good with weapons. During the night, you guys all investigate your magic items. Harvick finds that he has a scimitar of the salamander, which does extra fire damage, and he plans to give it to Icewe. Icewe finds she has a ring of Featherfall, and she's gonna give it to Rokus. And Rokus has a ring of leaping, and he's gonna give it to Icewe. So everyone, none of you guys are attuned to it yet, but next rest you guys can attune to those items. All right, so you guys wake up in the morning, and what do you guys want to do next?
I would say head out toward the circle place where we can transport back to Neverwinter.
Okay, so just so you guys know, doing teleportation spell, since you guys have gone through the teleportation circle before, they explained it to you before, it opens a portal for a minute, and any number of people can go through the portal. So if you want these guys to get to Phandelver, the fastest way is if they come with you and go through the teleportation circle, and then go south from Neverwinter to Phandelver.
Okay.
You want to just... How far do we want to take the car before we pull the mana stone out of it?
Well, Celes doesn't want to take it at all, and neither does Zeraphim.
Okay.
Okay.
They think
let's
you guys
pull...
should take it off somewhere discreet and
just remove the mana stone, but keep it.
Oh, okay.
So they're gonna use. I thought they're gonna use the mana.
So basically, they think that if it's recovered, that they'll be able to check, like, investigate it and possibly figure out some evidence of what was going on. They can't think of anything too clear, but they thought if they blew it up, that it would make it a bit more confusing what happened since the house was blown up, and then if they find that the car is blown up, they might just think that everyone died, and they don't know. And but if you have some other reason you want to keep the car around, you can try to convince them otherwise.
No, I'm fine. They can go take it out and blow it up.
Okay, anybody else have any strategic reason they want to keep the car around?
Well, it'd be nice. Be nice to use the car because then we don't have to worry about the stupid griffins eating our horses.
You want to
But we
take
just
The problem with the
take the
car
car.
is that if people see you driving the car, they're gonna know. They're gonna report that the ATC was going across the grasslands.
Okay, though there are other people on the grasslands that
There's
might see us.
lots of nomadic people, at least.
Okay, all right, do it in, I guess then.
Okay, cool. So yeah, they since you guys don't have any reason to dissuade them from blowing it up, Celes goes and basically makes the takes the managem and the backup managem and kind of crosses the circuits in the way they're not supposed to be crossed, so that the power is going back and forth into the same in through the same channel, I guess you could say, and that makes it unstable, and she's able to shoot a fireball spell at it from a distance and explode it. So
Now,
is there? Yeah, you guys basically take it. They take it a ways out of town before doing that.
now, are we going to rent horses for everybody, or are we going to go on foot, or are we going to go ahead of them? How are we going to work that?
The ATC and Zeraphim are able to secure horses.
Why don't we take an extra one for Griffin? But if the Griffins show up, we can toss that nag out for them.
Okay.
Yeah, is there old decrepit horse?
Okay, so the ATC and everybody, they pay for their own horses. They didn't have a ton of money on them, but they have enough to get a horse. And there's a old skinny horse that you guys see that you might be suitable for using as bait if you wanted to do that.
That horse's name Alpo.
So did you want to buy that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Then I
can't
can
remember
ride the
how much a normal horse costs.
I can ride the Axbeak, and Harbeck can take
Guess you can turn in.
transport Harbeck.
Yeah.
Is Pookie with us again?
Yep.
Yeah, Fuki's around.
I think we decided he could ride on the. He could ride with me, and it would be okay.
He might want to ride in the car with his head out the window.
Can't do that now.
Oh, that's right.
So a riding horse goes for 75, a pony 30, a mule goes for 8 gold, draft horse 50, mastiff, dog is 75. So I guess this old worn out horse will go for the price of a mule or donkey at 8 gold.
I use my persuasion to sit there and say that this is a disgusting nag.
A 4 gold horse.
Yeah, this is a 4 gold horse. Come on, it's totally useless. You're lucky you're getting 4.
The guy argues back. He says, "I know you're using it for bait for griffins. That's gonna save your life. Your life.
That's all he's worth.
8.
That's all he's worth. He's
Your
not
life,
worth anything
Your
else.
life isn't worth 8 gold." He's gonna.
You want to be nice to the
Well,
heroes, don't you?
yeah, after all we've done
Heroes.
for you guys.
I don't know who you guys are. What are you talking about?
You haven't heard the stories of the the Thunder Tree Dragon Slayers and
No,
Zeraphim the Mighty?
I heard of Zeraphim.
Well,
Are you saying he's here?
yeah, he's going to be one of the ones that we're trying to protect.
Oh,
Yeah, if we tell him that you're trying to screw us on the bait horse there, he might even be mad at you.
well, I'm gonna tell everybody I know that Zeraphim was here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could call him over to
Yeah.
introduce you.
Let me meet him.
You can have a selfie with him.
For a 4 gold mule or 4 gold holder.
So I run find Zeraphim and I say, look, you're a kind of a celebrity. I think we can get a better deal on a horse
He says,
to
"I thought
protect
we were
us.
trying to lay low. Why are you telling people about me?
Well, you
All
had
right,
been
let's
through
go
here.
get this guy. We better kill him."
uh,
So he starts walking over and pulls out his sword.
no, 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 no. Please don't kill him. We're in the middle of nowhere. And you guys already came through with your car.
Yeah,
He
They
said he
but
know,
was gonna. He
they
said he'd
know
give us a horse.
the
I bet he'll give
ATC.
me a horse.
There we go.
So he walks over with his sword out.
Please don't kill him. I get in the way. Don't kill the guy.
Oh,
It's
why?
not his fault. I screwed up. But look, we're in the middle of nowhere. They can't blab. There's nowhere to blab to.
Uh, I'll talk to him then.
Okay.
So he puts his sword up on his shoulder and walks over. He says, "I heard you had a horse for us." He says, "It's it's really you, Seraphim." He says, "Yeah. So you're not gonna tell anybody I was here, are you?" And he like puts the sword like out. He's stretching it out and admiring it. And the guy says, I mean, I was gonna tell my friends." He says, "No, I don't think you should do that." And he said, uh, sh- uh yeah, I don't know. I never seen you here."
Seraphim who?
Who's Seraphim? And then
It's my auntie.
after a bit he says, "I guess this means I'm not getting an autograph." He says, "No. But how much do you want for that horse?" He says, "Uh, 4 gold?"
Okay.
We're good with that.
Okay, I'll mark it off. Get that out of the bank.
Zeraphim like slashes his sword down next to the guy's face, and then he says, "Oh, there was a fly." And then you see he actually like sliced the fly in half next to this guy's face. And the guy goes, "Ah!" Alright, so you guys got horses and this crappy skinny horse.
Okay, so we head out to wherever that circle is. I can't remember the name of the place. It's on the east coast, or on the west coast, rather. I remember.
Right, on the Sword Coast, south of Baldur's Gate.
As we're riding along out on my axe beak, I'm keeping a watch in the air, and I've got my bow out. Let's go.
So yeah, on the map you can see you're headed to the Cloakwood, just south of Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate is far south of Waterdeep, and Phandalin is north of Waterdeep. near to Neverwinter. Cool. So you guys head out, and we're gonna do a couple rolls. So everyone do a perception check.
18 plus 4 for a total of 20.
7 minus 1, 6.
12 plus 6, 18.
Okay. Do you want to roll for PJ? He has advantage.
That's a plus
for
3, is
smell
that
and
right?
stuff.
Is that advantage plus 3?
I think that's right. Go ahead and do it.
11 plus 3, 14. Second one. All right, 14's my highest.
All right. Cool. And
The axe speak does the axe speak
no,
also?
we don't do that for him because he can't really.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll roll for Zeraphim. I rolled a nat 1, so
Oh God.
he's just thinking about stuff. I guess the nat 1, it's not combat, so he can still add his perception, which is plus 9, so he has a 10. And yeah, I'm not gonna bother with the rest of them. I guess Celes could be worthwhile. I'll do Celes. Rolled a 3. And it's wisdom plus 1, so just a 4. Okay, cool. So you guys start traveling, and I'm not gonna do the whole traveling section, but this takes about a week for you guys to get to the thing. So in the first third, let's see if you encounter any griffins. Nope, you don't. So you travel for a couple days, don't see any griffins, and don't encounter anybody really. You don't come across any nomadics people or anything.
Dungeon Master?
Yeah.
Seeing as how we've traveled for a couple of days, did we take a long rest in there anywhere?
Yes. Every day you take a long rest. So you would have swapped around those magic items.
Okay, another question. Have we received a message back? Re the sending stone?
You did when you sent your message. They sent one back already. I already said that before.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
We
Yeah.
could send another message just telling them that we're on our way to Cloakwood.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Before they just basically said come back, and we'll talk about what to do next.
And we said, fine, we're on our way.
Okay, so you reported that you're traveling to be teleported? Is
Right.
that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he says he sends back Roger that. We're waiting for you. Faxina is still in Waterdeep. But I have let the Lord Justicar and Lord Neverember know that you've completed your mission, so they're aware. On the second third of your journey, you do come across a tribe of nomadic people. They are equipped with short bows and long pole arms weapons, but they're off in the distance. They don't come to bother you.
Lucky for them.
Well, they might be friendly.
Unless you guys want to go over and talk to them, they just seem to be passing by.
Nope.
I don't see any reason to.
Nope.
Okay, cool. And then the third part of your journey. Oh, Ruckus. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. Ruckus and Icewe. You see griffins flying in the
How
distance.
far away?
Quite far away. I don't know the distance, but they're not in combat range yet.
We
I
point
mean,
them
are
out to everybody.
Now,
how
we're past the green
many
fields now, though, right?
griffins are there?
Hold on. Yeah, you're right. I wasn't looking at the map exactly. I think by the third part, yeah, you would. I think you'd be out of their range. I'll say you see them behind you in the distance, so you've passed them. So unless you want to go back and deal with them, uh, you've managed to get past, and they haven't spotted you.
Unless somebody has some reason they want to go fight griffins, I'm fine with keeping going.
Yeah, unless Finn knows something we don't about griffins.
He says, I don't know of any reason I'd want to fight with one.
Okay.
Okay, so you spot
For the
them,
one we
but
might want to
they're
train it.
flying in behind you, and they don't seem to have noticed you, and they're quite far away. Okay, cool. So you're able to get to the Cloakwood without any trouble. And you make your way to the outpost.
Can we sell the skinny horse for 4 gold?
Sell all the horses.
So you owe someone a horse here?
Yeah, here's this really awesome horse we got.
Can we
Harvick,
sell the other horses too?
yeah, did you did buy a new horse? You bought a horse when you wanted to get the rest of the way to the mansion, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. Um so the guy comes up saying, oh, so what happened to the horse we lent you?
The griffins got it.
Oh, that's too bad.
Really sorry, but we got messed up too.
All right, well, I see you guys have a lot of horses now. Are you willing to trade one back?
Yeah,
All right, and how
absolutely.
about the rest of these?
Well, the going
I
rate
guess the
for
other ones.
horses.
Oh, the other one. Actually, the other ones go to the Zeraphim and the
Yeah,
guards. So that's their problem, not ours.
yeah, they can deal with that.
So they ask,
Yeah.
can we teleport horses too? And they say yes. So they say, okay, I guess we'll keep them.
Oh,
Okay. Good.
Um,
And you can have. We'll give you 2 gold in this wonderful horse that just needs a little bit of tender care to come back. Replace the other horse.
okay, so you're just giving them one horse.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you're trying to
Replacement.
sell the bait horse.
Um, that's not worth it. We'll just give him the bait horse.
Okay.
give them the bait horse with the that.
And we're even. We don't have to pay any rent for the ones we
Yeah,
lost.
they
Give
weren't
them the
gonna charge you
Even.
anyway because you're
give
working with them.
give them the bait horse, but we would like for them to put it out to pasture and not be mean to it.
They say, well, if we're in emergency and we need another bait horse, we might have to use it. But yeah, we'll try to
Until,
take
be
care of
nice
it.
to it until you need him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he risked his life coming with us.
All right. Well, we're nature lovers here at the Emerald Enclave, so we'll take
Oh,
care of it.
excellent. Very good.
Okay, cool. So
His name's Alpo, by the way.
oh, what a caring, good, nice, wonderful name. Sounds like there's a man who chops up horses to feed them to dogs named Alpo.
We hope
Alpha
he better
was
not meet up with us, or we'll give him a dirty look.
Alpha was originally a guinea pig.
All right. So you guys, they lead you back to the teleportation circle that you had come through, and they bring out their teleportation wizard, and he says, "You guys all ready to get through the portal?"
Yeah, do we have anything else that the wizard needs to I guess everything's been identified. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, and you have Celes and other wizards that you know back in Neverwinter too. Okay, cool. So he opens the portal to Neverwinter, which will take you to the building called the Cloak Tower. So you're teleporting from the Cloak Wood to the Cloak Tower in Neverwinter. And so he opens the portal, and everyone's able to walk through and ride their horses through, and X speaks. And you guys safely return to Neverwinter.
Now we're going to disguise Zeraphim.
He's camped outside.
Well, you guys arrive in
He just
the city.
yeah. So he's just gonna right.
He has to
Wait.
leave the city without being noticed.
Let's
Right.
wait till dark then.
Well, doesn't
Well, hold on.
So
Let's
Icewe has-
role play it out a bit. So you guys arrive. Hold on. I'm gonna
wait a minute
drop the map. back in.
before we arrive, doesn't Icewe have some sort of a spell she can use to help disguise him?
You can make him invisible.
That's what I was thinking.
That is true.
Yeah.
But
Make him
you guys have already gone through the portal because I asked you if there's anything you want to do. So
Well, quickly turn him invisible.
Okay. Zeraphim, I think I'm going to turn you invisible for your safety and ours as well.
okay. So you guys come through the portal and the wizard's there. The wizard Illustro Magnus is there and sees you guys come through, so he has seen Zeraphim, but you're able to turn him invisible after that.
I'll have to use that.
We'll explain to him that Zeraphim is incognito and that he needs to be quiet about it.
Alright,
I've used up one spell slot.
cool. Alright, so he's Magnus the wizard says, curious. I had heard that you were not too friendly with the ATC, and now you have one of their members with you.
Oh, we already sent the with the sending stone. Remember we said Zeraphim's now an ally? Should
Yeah,
know that
but
already.
This guy's not part of the organization exactly. So
Okay.
yeah, he was helping
Oh,
out.
so we'll say, yeah. So we'll say the bigwigs know about it. Just please keep it under your hat.
I see. I see many things that I keep secret, so this is no different.
Okay.
And
It's important.
He keeps. This is the guy with the wide-eyed guy with the snake who's always staring at you guys.
Right.
So he's.
Now, is he the only one that's seen it?
Yeah.
That's seen him?
It seems the other wizards were off doing other things within the cloak tower.
Okay. Well, if we find that since you're the only one who's seen Zeraphim, if we hear any rumors or anything about Zeraphim being in town, we're going to know where it came from. So keep that in mind. It will be at your peril.
He's been very honest and forthright with when we've been doing dealings with him and such. I don't think that's a problem.
Okay, good.
He doesn't really respond. He's just staring at you as you guys talk.
And then, okay, now I would like to ask him: are you still still running your shop?
Yes.
Would you, by any chance, be interested in a sunstone?
I don't usually deal in such small items, but it could be useful for one of my spells. Let me see. How much would that be worth? Let me take a look at it.
Why don't you trade him some silver powder for it or something?
I was gonna. I have another question to ask him first. Let me
Okay.
see what the.
In the meantime, since Seraphin's spell only lasts for a while.
Talking about the invisibility?
Yeah.
I think it's
I
an
think he
hour,
should
right?
set up behind the Emerald Enclave, like when he leaves the city. If he goes from the Cloak Tire and then goes and locates himself behind the Emerald Enclave, then we'll know where to look for him. What do you think of
Yeah, I
that?
mean
Good
he could
idea.
go in that direction, but he'll have to get off what's visible on the map to um like stay out of sight of people, because there's still some farmlands and stuff out there.
Yeah.
I can track him, so that's no problem.
Yeah,
I can
just
find him.
hold on, cause I was asked about the sunstone, so I'm still looking at it. Yeah, he says he thinks that's worth about 20 gold. So you agree to
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
Okay, so he pulls out his coin purse and hands you over 20 gold and takes the sunstone.
20 gold to your purse there, Harbeck. Rokas and PJ are going with Zeraphim.
So you guys go off to the northeast until you come to a slightly wooded area. It's not the full-on forest yet. Um, but yeah, you find a place where he can camp, and it takes you about an hour to get there, so the invisibility wears off. But he's in a safe place, and he's able to set up his tent there. The ATC guys are waiting around near the Emerald Enclave. Icewe and Harvick are headed over towards the library, and next session will start up as you guys meet back together.
Cool.
Okay. And can we send the ATC guys off to the mine? Try to get jobs as guards.
Sure. We'll say you guys explain to them how to get to Phandelver. From there, they have their horses, so they'll
And we give them a letter of introduction.
Sure, cool. So they'll head on down. So the next session they won't be here anymore. They're headed out of the city straight away. And yeah, Zeraphim has vouched for them. He thinks that they're not going to give you guys trouble.
Cool.
Okay, cool. We'll end the session there, and
Sounds good.
meet back next week.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Ian.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.